No one trusts a leader in their 20s, but here's how to gain influence anyway. Welcome back to the Mike Hinsey Show. Hey, before we get into that, make sure you like this video, hit the subscribe button wherever you're watching, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so that we never miss another episode of value to add to your life and multiply out to others. One of the most underrated factors to gain influence, especially with older people when you're young, is to take ownership, like extreme ownership over everything, every decision, every issue, every problem, everything. Take ownership, even if it's not your fault, even if it's not your problem. Take ownership, own it, find a solution, and solve it. Because what that does is it shows you're not an entitled little brat, which a lot of people assume young people are. And it shows that you are responsible and you are actually here for the good of the team and to help others succeed. It shows a selfless mentality instead of a selfish mentality. Taking ownership is a lot easier said than done. Taking ownership when something goes really wrong is really hard and it's not fun. And sometimes it can cost a lot, but it will help you earn people's respect faster than almost anything else will. Everything that happens in your life is a result of a decision you made directly or indirectly. And you've got to own that. The second thing is learn how to communicate. If you don't learn how to communicate effectively, your team will never truly know what you want. They will never reach the levels of performance that you expect them to reach because you simply did not know how to communicate expectations. And learning how to communicate across different personality types will propel you into titles that are associated with leadership. So how do you learn how to communicate? Well, it's pretty simple. You learn how to communicate by not talking and listening. Because it doesn't matter if you have anything to say at all. People don't care what you have to say. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So you have to listen for understanding and truly be able to empathize and sympathize with your team. And then once they start seeing how you care for them, it will open doors that otherwise would have been closed. You don't really need more years to lead well. You need more character. How you act outside of work is how people perceive you at work. So it doesn't matter what you do. If you're going to the clubs, if you're drinking, if you're sleeping around, like that will get back to your team. You have one life. You have one person that is you. You have to be a person of unimpeachable character. And then the next thing, you need to lock in. You need to outwork people. And when you're young, you have more time than ever, even if you're a very busy person, because as you get older, you only get busier. So while you're young, learn how to lead, learn how to be a leader, lock in, read leadership books, read self-improvement books, read books on relationships and how to build community and work with other people. The best thing I think about leadership is when you master a certain level of leadership and when you learn how to lead, that unlocks a higher leadership level for you. And then you have higher problems and bigger problems and harder problems to solve. And once you solve those problems, it unlocks another level and you get harder problems and even bigger problems and more difficult problems to solve. And that's the best thing. You just keep advancing to solve bigger issues, harder issues, more complex issues, more sticky issues. That is what the role of being a leader is. And what an amazing responsibility to be able to influence others in that type of way and to be able to impact others in that type of way. Leadership doesn't just happen when you get older. It's not just something that comes with old age. Leadership happens by learning how to lead, by learning leadership skills intentionally. It's not just by default, it's by intention and by design. So learn these skills because these skills won't just fall in your lap once you're 40 years old, 50, 60, 70. You got to learn them now. And then the last thing, celebrate wins. Whenever you win, whenever your team wins, give credit to the teams. Whatever it might be, always celebrate, always give praise all around to the team. Your job as a leader is to take extreme ownership. And what that means is you take extreme ownership usually when things go bad. And then when things go good, you take that ownership and you give it over to the team. Because everyone wants to be around someone who celebrates others as a cheerful person. They're contagious. So how do you lead and gain influence even if you're in your 20s? You have to take extreme ownership over every area of your life, learn how to communicate, lock in and celebrate wins with your team. If you do those 4 things, you will gain the respect of your team faster than your colleagues who are doing things just so that way they can move up and get more money, get the title, the position, and are self-focused instead of others-focused. So this week, what is one area you could take extreme ownership of in your life? Is it waking up early? Is it going to the gym? Is it learning a new skill? Should it be, even though you're not technically wrong, apologizing so that way you can mend that relationship personally that you just let to the side? Is it your education? I don't know what it might be, but I challenge you to take ownership of it this week. It's not going to be the most fun, but you won't regret doing it.